salt of the earth, then our taste gon' stale. Black man, Hispanic man, we got no time to be weak. Rap is just a free throw. I got the game sewn. When I'm done, drop the mic. I'm taking my home.
I was 24, trying to see 25. I was
burned down Sodom, turn Babylon into rubble. Black man, Hispanic man, we got no time to be weak.
Looked around, all I saw was death in the streets. That's why every time I speak, I put life in the beat. They ask me why I ain't smile, life ain't sweet. Black man, Hispanic man, we got no time to be weak. Looked around, all us death is death in the streets. That's why every time I speak, life in the beat. They ask me why I ain't smile, nigga, life ain't sweet. Black man, Hispanic man, we got no time to be weak. Now I said it best, you know we just surviving the times, and it's survival of the fit. Strong survive. That's why each and every day I pray to the Most High, cause most of my people ain't make it to see 25. I was 24 trying to see 25, but the shit that I'm spitting crackers ain't gonna want me alive. I was 24 trying to see 25, but the shit that I'm spitting crackers ain't gonna want me alive. I was 24 trying to see 25, but the shit that I'm spitting crackers ain't gonna want me alive. Less it's 25 to life and I'm stuck in a cell. 23 hours to slot, yo my nigga, that's hell. We the salt of the earth and our taste gone stale. Living in a system set up for my people to fail. We the salt of the earth, our taste gone stale. Living in a system set up for my people. We the salt of the earth and our taste gone stale. Living in a system set up for my people to fail. It's time to come together, that's the only way to excel. May the Lord's anger rain down fury like hell. Fire and brimstone, revert these devils to Flintstones. Burn down Sodom, turn Babylon into rubble with it. Burn down Sodom, turn Babylon into rubble with it. Burn down Sodom, burn down Sodom, burn down Sodom, turn Babylon into rubble. Burn down Sodom, turn Babylon, rubble with the angel and the Lion of Judah, king of the jungle. Ephraim is a flame, turn the Esau into stubble. This is the patience of the saints, so always remain humble. He who endures to the end will see this place crumble. Blessed is the man who sees the fall of his enemies. His prophecy is destiny. Been at war for centuries, victims of lost identity, but now we got the recipe. The Bible is the remedy for healing all extremities. Blessed is the man who sees the fall of his enemies. His prophecy is destiny. Been at war for centuries, victims of lost identity, but now we got the rest. The Bible is the remedy for healing all extremities. I said the Bible is the remedy for healing all extremities. We speak the truth until the day that we die. Survival of the fit, only the strong survive. Still speak the truth until the day that we die. Survival of the fit, only the strong survive. Still we speak the truth until the day that we die. The day that we die, the day that we die. Still I rep the Most High until the day that I die.
I put the bars together with anger and vengeance, praying that the breath of my enemies get extinguished. Niggas rhyme nursery like I'm here in Disney. How can I spit soft when crackers hit wanna end me? Trying to take my life and my kids without a father. Trying to take my life and my kids without a father. Trying to take my life and my kids a father. That's why you see me rolling around with that revolver, 6-shooter on me like I'm in the Wild West. Call them trying to steal them bars, they want the style next. 6-shooter on me like I'm in the Wild West. Call them trying to steal them bars, they want the style. 6-shooter on me like the Wild West. Call them trying to steal them bars, they want the style next, but they can't duplicate y'all while they recuperate. Came a long way from moving perks about the Super 8. Hotel, motel, wet-headed wholesale. Now you might see me with fringes all on my coattail. Hotel, motel, wet-headed wholesale. Now you might see me with fringes all on my coattail, looking like a Hebrew. But I don't beef over the web, just step to me when I see you. Nose triangle on that 50 cal Eagle. Not even a main event, it's just a preview. Right before the movie, big budgets and Uzi. Big butted bitches, low 30 up to Thule. Nigga so groovy, come and check the stilo. I leave, they talking again, it's like I'm Debo. Rap is just a free throw, I got the game sewn. When I'm done, drop the mic, nah, taking my home. Rap is just a free throw, I got the game sewn. I'm done, drop the mic, nah, taking my home. Rap is just a free throw, I got the game sewn. When I'm done, drop the mic, taking my home. So it won't fall in the hands of fuck niggas. Me, I play the cards I'm dealt, but Trump niggas ball on these haters, they swear I could dunk. Nigga, want nigga, choppers fit nice in the trunk, nigga. A problem over here, you can see me out front, nigga. Jump, nigga, mean if you froggy, I front, nigga. Front, nigga, front, nigga, front, nigga, front, nigga, front. 6-shooter on me, like I'm in the Wild West.
We speak the truth until the day that we die. Survival of the fit, only the strong survive. We spit the truth until the day that we die. Survival of the fit, only the strong survive. We speak the truth until the day that we die. The day that we die. The day that we die. I'll let the Most High until the day that I die. You're still here. Die. Survival of the fit, only the strong survive. We spit the truth until the day that we die. Survival of the fit, only the strong survive. We speak the truth until the day that we die. Day that we die. Day that we die.
All jokes aside, you know how niggas be like, I'm this and that for life, this and that for life. I'm on West for life, nigga, this a blood oath. Hey, yo, Madara, here go a class for you, my nigga. 144 the rebel. The world turned its back on me. I'm a cripple. We got soldiers, he got soldiers, but I got different ones. Ain't no way out, I tell you once. Don't pray for nothing, sin and curse. We can't forgive what's forbidden. Remain in them trenches. Trust in the Lord, but please forgive me for the times that I did. If rank is given, have your respect to your apprentice. Be about your business. Disloyalties and death sentence. Look, trying to pick up with a blind fail. Hey, they said there'll be many mansions. I'm just grinding for my time share. Them devils ain't playing fair. They hunt you like Van Pelt. But ain't no getting out the game like Jumanji. You take that oath, it's a Dundee. Try to deal death to a priest, you won't make it out in one piece. So you can stand, just make sure you got the heart. Say your name 3 times, and it's death do us part. No. So how you feel about this truth I done shown? This ain't the like you think, little nigga. I should want. Even your own people go this zone. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Ain't no more guessing, ain't no more questions. Make sure my election till I'm tucked away like George Jetson. Murder for capital, now it's murder at the Capitol. The world in amazement, we like fuck 'em, raise it, raise it. I pity those watching life as it go by. Be giving mercy in this life, I don't know why. It pump smoke, never try to. The dead at home, my brother be the dead, it's all I don't. It's a photo, salute my nigga, salute my nigga. They like, how you stay focused? I told them I'm motivated cause of you, my nigga. Brotherhoods and weapons, still got weapons on the scene. And I never do my niggas like Bishop did Raheem. Never mind in all beliefs, they under anesthesia. Shorty say she leaving, said she wanna let that love go. Told I let that love grow. But if I bring you to my bed, that's a blood oath. So, how you feel about this truth I done shown? This ain't the life you think, little nigga. I should want. Even your own people go this zone. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Yeah, yeah.
Hello, hello, hello. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Can anybody hear me? No, you can't hear me, so I can't. Can't nobody kick it like this, son. And can no. Okay. It's why is it so much of a delay? It's like a couple seconds delay. Can't nobody kick it like this, son. It's why is it so much of a delay? It's like a couple seconds delay. Hello. All right, I'm good. All right, shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Brakatham to all the brothers. Yahweh Shemar Lathan by Shem Yahushua to all the sisters. We're the ISUPK. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. And we've been teaching blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans the truth of the Bible since 1969, all right? And the truth of the Bible that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, right? And how do we know this? Gabrielle, you got to answer for me. How do we know that we are the Israelites? Yeah, how do we know? because somebody's gonna come out there on the streets one time and they're gonna ask, I'm just gonna direct this to Capiar. Because somebody's gonna come out there on the streets one time and they're gonna ask you, how did you know you an Israelite? And what are you gonna tell them? I just know. How you gonna tell? What you gonna tell them?
Well, because of the curses that we suffer. The curses that we suffer when God told us what would happen, like the curses that God gave us.
Now we're sounding Mormon. Because Mormons say that we are cursed. Our black skin is cursed of God. So I need you to you're absolutely right, but I need you to put it in more UPK biblical terms. Sis?
I would go to Deuteronomy where we came off of the slave ship.
Yeah, we know that. We know where we're gonna go, but how would we that's why
we are those people who came off that slave ship.
Right, but that's why I asked Capiar, because Capiar is gonna have to explain it. Especially if we're at camp and a devil comes up and how do you know you an Israelite? And then you're gonna have to bust it down for him. Not just with the curses, you know what I mean? Well, go ahead.
I was gonna say, because we're the only ones who suffer those things. Like you don't see a white man suffering from the curses in the Bible. You don't see him coming over here as a slave ship.
Yeah, that sounds good.
You also don't see him, suffering in the city. He was actually thriving in the city because the Bible says that if we were breaking the law, God's commandments, we'd be suffering. And I don't see nobody following the law, God's commandments around here.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Of course, we suffering.
Hey, that sounds good also. Yes.
We're also kissed by the sun.
Kissed by the sun? The hell does that mean, sis?
We have melanin.
Everybody has melanin. Everybody has melanin. Yeah, everybody has melanin. Even Caucasian people have melanin. They just have a low count of melanin. But
higher count of melanin. We've been kissed by the sun as far as our skin is able to get brown in the sun.
you know, fruits and vegetables have melanin. Asian people have melanin. Africans have melanin. Melanin is nothing. Africans don't have melanin. Africans aren't dark. There's some Arabs that are darker than darker than black people.
They should not part of the tribe. They was part of those ones who brought us into captivity. Part of those group that had crafty counsel against us.
You're absolutely right, but we're not dealing with that. We're dealing with the melanin situation. Some Asian people are dark. So we can't just leave it up to melanin. I've seen dark Asians. There's dark Asians. You don't hear about them because they're pushed to the back. And the light-skinned ones are pushed to the forefront. Caviar, you want to give it another shot? So you got to be careful about saying, "Oh, it's melanin," because you just cut yourself. Caviar.
I'm gonna say you could say like, well, first we gotta find out who Christ's people are, because I mean, well, Christ was a black man. You could show him that he was a black man. Like, who were his people? His people were.
I understand. You never dealt with it before.
I think I did.
I mean, you can do the Deuteronomy 28. You can tell them, oh, yeah, okay, well, because these curses that are there in Deuteronomy that the Lord put upon us for the Israelites breaking God's laws, they don't match anybody else but Israelites. You dig what I'm saying? But you can also go into history, archaeology. You know what I mean? About how the west coast of Africa, where the majority of the slave ships came from, was called Negroes Jew land. The west coast of Africa, where the majority that place over there was called Negros Jew land. Yeah, you can go and you can find a map back from the 1400s to where they named that land over there Negros Jew land because it was so many black people, not Africans, black people that was living over there. You know what I mean? You can go into this book right here, Babylon and Timbuktu. You know what I mean? And pull out some history. You can go into this book right here, pull out some history. But first, let's get this right here. Give me Ham.
Could you go in? Could you go in and explain who everybody is in the Bible? Be like, you know,
I mean, that's just a long that's a long talk of it. Why would you want to do that when you could just prove who you are? You dig what I'm saying? Because when you prove who you are, you're like, oh well, right. Just like that, just like the devil that came up that day, and he was like, you have he's like, so why do you say that you're Israelites? You know what I mean? I was like, well, Deuteronomy 28. Oh yeah, I know about Deuteronomy 28 about slave ships, and I told him, well, then if you know already, why are you asking the question? You know what I mean? Yeah, like I'm not gonna know about myself, my history. You dig what I'm saying? You can bring up all the correlations in history about black people and the Bible, you know what I mean? And how Nat Turner always, you know what I mean? All the slaves and always used the Bible as rebellion because they saw themselves as the people in the people in the Bible from the Exodus. You know what I mean? You can bring up all of these things. You know what I'm talking about? And today we're gonna bring out some. I need Black Indian also. Oh no, I need Black Indian. The book Black Indian. It's in that book bag. I need the book Black Indian also because today we're gonna go in. We're gonna show about some things that the Hispanic brothers don't. Not the Hispanic brothers, but like the people don't know about the Hispanic brothers. You dig what I'm saying? We're gonna go into some things about that because it's like I always say, the Jewish man don't know where his brothers are, but you leave it to the ISUPK, or we know where our brothers is. You know what I'm talking about? We know where and who they are. You know what I'm talking about? And we gonna let you know who they are. You got any questions though, sis? In the meantime, no. All right, no sweat. No sweat. I'm not gonna say no sweat because I'm sweating, but
You got a lot of history.
yeah, he's supposed to. You're supposed to know. You're supposed to know history, especially your history. You know what I mean? Especially your history. Before I knew all this history with the Bible and the ancient history and stuff like that, I knew about the 60s and the civil rights movement, and I knew about Black history. You know what I mean? I knew about that.
I know those things, but as far as back to that, that's like.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about the real Black history. What really happened. Not no PBS special. We talking about what really happened in the civil rights movement. You know what I mean? I want to hear about Martin Luther King getting hit upside his head with the rock. Dude.
What?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Just read the definition. Huh? I know you. There's a lot of things you don't know.
Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood.
Now they talking about Ham, right? It says he's born about 96 years before the flood, right? And the youngest son of Noah. Go ahead.
And one of 8 persons to live through the flood.
And he's one of 8 people to live through the flood.
The mic's off. The mic's back on.
Go ahead.
He became the progenitor.
The what?
He became the progenitor.
What is progenitor? What's his name? Okay, Google. What is progenitor?
Progenitor is used as a noun to mean a person or thing from which a person, animal, or plant is descended or originates, an ancestor or parent, similarly to forefather and forebear. Do you want to hear progenitor used in an example?
No, thank you. So it's a forefather, right? Someone a progenitor, someone that a patriarch of a nationality or a common ancestor, right? Read that one more time.
He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes.
So he became the progenitor of the dark races, but not the Negroes. So then, if we supposed to be African like everybody else with all the other dark races, how come not the Negroes? Keep going.
But the Egyptians.
You see, but the Egyptians in the Bible they called them Mizraimians. Go ahead.
Ethiopians.
The Ethiopians in the Bible, they're called the Cushites. Go ahead.
Libyans.
The Libyans in the Bible, they're called Put. Phut. Go ahead.
And Canaanites.
And the Canaanites. See, the
None
Canaan.
of them are Israelites.
None of them are Israelites. Those are all African nations. Those are all African nations. Read it one more time.
From the top.
Yeah. No, not from the top, but the Egyptians and
The Egyptians.
the Egyptians.
The Ethiopians.
The Ethiopians, we know where they are, right? The Egyptians, we know Egypt was an African civilization. Ethiopians had an African civilization. Go ahead.
The Libyans.
The Libyans
And Canaanites.
and Canaanites. See, but they don't see the reason why they don't give the Canaanites, because the Canaanite, why they don't give who the Canaanites are today, because the Canaanites are destroyed, and they went and served servitude to all their brothers, because of Ham laughing at Noah being naked and drunk, and Ham made fun of him. So Canaan was his firstborn, was Ham's firstborn. So the Lord made him serve his brothers. So now Cain would be the Canaanites would be the Africans that put piss on their head to get mosquitoes away. Yeah, it'd be the ones that's desolate, the ones that you see on posters, and they look like they played in dirt, and they got BBs and dirt naps all dirt all in their naps. They half naked, and they sitting there looking like, you know what I mean, the ones that used to be on the TV for 50 cents. You can do it. You can pay for a meal for him for 50 cents. You remember those? You probably don't remember those, but you remember. I remember those sitting 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, like these.
They still have them.
I don't know,
They still have them.
but those would be the Canaanites, the real desolates, Africans.
So these are the people who was ruling over us? Those people was ruling over us.
I don't know if Canaanites are ruling over us. I have no idea. I have no idea. Is that it on that? Okay, that's it. Go ahead. All right, now let's go into the scriptures. Let's see where did we leave off last week at 23. Yeah, it's a lot of history. History ain't no joke. A lot of people can't get history. A lot of people don't get history, but you because it takes a lot of different researching to get history, because there's so many lies nowadays, and you know what I mean. So you have to get real in tune and depth with it. You have to match it up here. You really have to go precept by precept, and I ain't talking about precepts of the Bible. I'm talking about like got to match it up here, match it up there, match it up right there, come in the middle, see what that is talking about. You know what I mean? Then you got to take that. I know that's bullshit.
Now today they trying to water it
Yeah.
down.
Especially in schools now, when they talk about the transatlantic migration instead of the transatlantic slave trade. They're not teaching slavery no more in
They
the school.
teaching that those people
Yeah,
were
the-
workers.
Yeah.
We came down freely?
Yeah, to work and all that, because they just want to dilute their history and involvement in it.
They're trying to make themselves look like they're not as evil as they have been when they passed.
What? They can't do that to us, because I got the history. You know what I'm talking about? If I start bringing, what was that? When I was a slave book? You know what I'm talking about? Remember we brought that out? How Polly, the white lady Polly, beat that that 6-month-old baby to death.
Oh, God.
You know remember? You know what I mean? Hey, start bringing out stuff like that. Alligator bait,
Yep.
dashing the baby's heads on the stones.
I told you about that.
Yeah, we start bringing shit like that. They be like,
The alligator babies.
They did. I wasn't up from here. I did though. I knew he was just telling me stuff that I already know.
He never listened to me.
give me Deuteronomy right here.
No, you told me stuff I already know. I'm like, all right.
He just didn't listen to me. Apparently. And one ear and out the other,
You gonna give me Deuteronomy 20, 28, and 23?
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 23.
Uh-huh.
In thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass.
Hold on. It's a lock here. I didn't even get there with you. My bad. I'm trying to wipe my face, boy. It's hot. It's hot out. It's hot out here, man. Texas heat, boy.
What happened to the AC?
It's blowing.
Supposed to have water or something? Sunk like water.
Shit, it was hotter in here earlier before we turned it on.
You don't want to turn on these little things?
Man, I'm with it. Okay, let's go Deuteronomy 28.
28 what?
28.
Oh, 28. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness
Go ahead.
and blindness
Uh-huh.
and astonishment of heart.
Right? What does it mean, the astonishment of heart? Okay, Google. What's the definition of astonishment?
Astonishment is used as a noun to mean great surprise, similarly to amazement and shock. Do you want to hear astonishment used in an example?
No.
It's like, is it more like this? So, like, you know how you like doing something and your father tells you not to do it, and then he like punishes you for it, and then now you're like, what? You punished me like that?
No.
Oh.
So what does it mean, madness?
Craziness. Craziness.
Yes. Yes, that's what it means. Craziness.
Like what happened to that brother on the train? He was like upset, mad because he was tired because he didn't have no food, no dinner, no drink, and he was like,
That too. You remember at camp last week about the yep. And that's madness. People eating out of trash cans. We go downtown, we see some crazy things downtown in San Antonio. Yes. Yes, people eating out the trash cans. So we gotta stop them. Hey, brother, stop. Stop that. We got some water and we got some food over here for you. You don't have to eat out the trash cans. You know what I mean? Real talk. Real talk. That's that stuff that goes on behind the scenes. You know what I mean? So that's the madness that they're talking about. Go ahead.
verse 29, and thou shalt go.
No. Madness.
And the Lord shall smite thee with madness
Uh-huh.
and blindness.
What is that? What is blindness? Yes.
Is it, I'm not physically unable to see, but unable to see scriptures or word or understanding what the scripture means?
I'm not going to say scriptures.
Or just understanding?
Understand life and understand what we go through. You know what I mean? Like, what's going to take place? The election, right? The presidential election is taking place. And all of our people are going to go out there and vote. And we've been voting for the past 50, 60 years, 70 years, 70 years now. We've been voting for the past 70 years and nothing's changed. So why do we still talk about vote or die? We've been dead. We're dying every single day. Right, KPR? We see that all the time about brothers dying. All the time. I had a cousin shot dead last Sunday. Dead all the time. Is that people die every day? What do you say on what's name? People die every day, B. So what are they talking about? Vote or die? We're already dead out here. You know who's saying vote or die? Nope. KPR, who's saying vote or die?
Who's saying voted in?
Uh-huh.
Our oppressors?
Nope.
Oh.
She said, pay attention because she said the same exact thing.
Oh, it's like,
You just repeated what she said.
okay.
Who's saying vote or die?
Our own people.
Our own, yeah, but which ones? because it's not you, it's not the poor people out there.
Right.
Who's saying vote or die?
The actors, the singers, the band, like the people on TV.
Give me
All
the
the
word
rich
for them.
folks.
The what?
The rich.
The
folks.
rich.
Rich
The rich are telling us to vote or die. Because when they vote for Donald Trump, they get a tax break. So they're telling you to vote or die. And because they're rich, we listen to them. Yes?
Somebody will say vote or shut up.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But ain't none of them thought about feeding the homeless. Ain't none of them thought about putting their money together and getting a homeless shelter for the homeless. No, they ain't thought about that, but they tell you to vote or shut up. And that's why they're not needed. But you know who is needed? Men like Commanding General Yohana. Men like Commanding General Yohana, who's gonna raise up men to go out and feed the brothers and sisters in El Paso when they need help. To feed brothers and sisters in Acuña, Mexico when they need help. That's who's needed. That's who's needed. Not somebody that's going to tell you to vote or die and then go sit in a $20 million mansion and chill. I heard something the other day that pissed me off. Jay-Z and Beyonce spent $200 million on a mansion in California. But there's homeless people out here that I see every day. You think what I'm saying? And they don't care about nobody else but themselves. And we the ones that be like that. And we gotta respect them. They worth billions of dollars together. And they do charities where they give money to people. Money, if you ever understood money don't reach the hood, money. Money don't reach the hood. Money don't reach the ghettos and the barrios. Charity don't reach that. Only way you got to reach that is when you go there and you help the brothers and sisters. You think what I'm saying? Commanding General Yohana does it every single day, every single week. Keep going on.
An astonishment of heart.
Now, who's astonished when they see us?
The rich.
The rich. They're astonished. We're astonished of heart. Surprising heart. Especially us when we see the rich living in their mansions and $50 million jets that they need to get at the churches. You know what I mean? Brand new houses and stuff like that. But then at the same time, you know what I mean? Your congregation taking the bus there and you still bleeding them dry. Yes, sis.
That's why they had that fight out in church. They
It was-
broke out in church
I don't want.
because he was asking for $1,000 from each of his members. When the pastor was asking for $1,000 from each of his members, and they started fighting out in there.
They was gonna try to beat up the pastor.
Yeah, it was.
Hey, on the guys. You know what I'm talking about? Real talk. Hey, I'm with it. But no brother should hit another brother. But look, hey, with madness and blindness, that's what happens when you rob people. They need they get back. Especially been robbing my grandmama for 40 years, and now you asking for $1,000, and my grandmama can't even afford her rent or her light bill. Yeah.
Remember what Kev said about like how people are really starting to find out the truth?
Yeah.
Like, people gonna start getting mad, start throwing hands. We were like,
What happened?
People getting upset because they're tired of getting lied to. Tired of getting lied to. You feel me? And then they ask for more money and more money and more money and tell them everything's gonna be all right. How can a man rob God? What do you mean rob God? You mean I've been paying, you know what I mean? That means God ain't in there. Because what do God need with money? What do God need with money? What do God need with that $1,000? If he wanted it to happen, he'd just make it happen, right? Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he needed it for, but if he needed his lights paid, he would just the Lord would have just for some reason they would have just sent him a letter and said your lights is $0.
What do you mean, for the church?
I don't know if it was I don't know what the fight was about.
No, I'm saying the lights for the church. Or you mean for his house, personally?
It don't matter for the lights for the church or the house.
Because I was gonna say, if it's for the church, they get that paid for the government, don't they?
I have no idea how they get it paid. I don't know how. I don't have no idea how they get that paid, but they need to figure out how to pay the Isupk because we do the real work in the in the community. Pastors are nowhere in the church. They in the church in the AC while we out there on them corners every week in the cold, the rain, the heat. You know what I'm talking about? Am I right, Caviar? We really putting in work. We're really putting in work. We go places. We do things in the community. They don't do anything. They have a food drive here now and again. Sometimes I don't even know.
They're like food drive every year.
You know what I mean? They go feed the homeless once a year. Right? You got a big church with nobody sleeping in it. Let them homeless people sleep there, like Tupac said, right? Why God won't let them live there? Because their God, the God that they're serving in that church is not the God of the Bible. You dig what I'm saying? Go ahead. Let's keep. What's up?
I was gonna say it's a God for the rich people.
Yeah, basically Caesar Borgia is a God for rich people. That's because Caesar Borgia was rich. His daddy was rich, and he paid for himself to be pope. Yeah, that's above your pay grade. You ain't got the history. You ain't got the answer, Sway.
Oh man, so he didn't become a pope by the regular way. He paid.
Well, that's how everybody become pope.
They paid their way in.
Yeah. It's always so much scandal and stuff going on in the Catholic Church.
They don't get voted in the throne.
They're supposed to get voted in, but there's no voting. It's just like America. They're supposed to get voting in the presidency, but whatever happened to that recount in Florida?
It's a place that they go to. What area that they go to?
Ooh.
Bohemian Grove. Bohemian Grove that they go to and vote for the presidency there.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. Or that's the theory behind it.
Yeah, I don't really care. Secret societies and stuff like that, I don't really care. But when it comes to the Lord will destroy them all. There we go. That's better. Is that better? Oh.
Right?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Verse 29. And thou shalt go at noonday, as the building.
No.
As the blind gropeth in darkness.
Right, you're gonna grope at noonday as the blind grope in darkness. Now, if you're blind, right, and it's dark, do you know it's dark? Why are you groping?
Because it's not a blind where you can't see in front of you. It's a blind where you are in darkness to life, like you said.
Did you read the rest of the scripture?
No, I didn't.
That's what you should do before you speak. We shouldn't be guessing. We should just read the rest of the scripture and understand the blindness. Keep going.
Okay. Thou shalt grope, it's like blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore.
Right. So when it's so start it from the top again.
Verse 29. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness.
Now, what is it talking about there, sis? It's fine to say I don't know. Sis, you don't know? It's okay to say I don't know. It's okay. That's what that's what a seasoned person would say. If they didn't understand it, they didn't know. Like, shit, I don't know. And that's a perfectly fine answer.
Well, it just means you won't prosper.
Yeah, but when it says a grope at noonday, why are they groping?
They're not prospering in life.
There it
They're
is.
not prospering and they're spoiled. They can't move forward in anything.
That's why it says that the blind gropeth in darkness. It's dark. You don't know if it's dark or light, but he's groping. You know what I mean? Because he's oppressed. And he knows he is oppressed. Caviar, you got something to say?
I was gonna say he's just working so much. He don't know why he's going through all this stuff that he's going through. He's just going through it.
That's why it says, "Thou shalt grope at noonday." You know what I mean? We gonna grope in the noontime. We're gonna grope at nighttime because we're oppressed. That's why it says, "And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways." I know it looks like Jay-Z and Beyonce are prospering. Don't believe it. It looked like Kanye was prospering also. And then what happened? His kid, his wife was with, I don't know Pete Davidson's history or whatever, but he's weird. You know what I mean? It looks like they're prospering, but then they're not. Michael Jackson died a drug addict. You think what I'm saying? Prince died a drug addict. Whitney Houston died a drug addict. Then her daughter died. You understand that? Just because it looks like they're prospering because they got money don't mean they're prospering. You know what I mean? These rappers out here look like they prosper. They got jewels on, big houses. To go to the club and get shot down in there, you know what I mean? In their own city. You understand that? You understand that? Don't believe in the hype. Keep going.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
That's what I was gonna say. Like they really distract us with like the internet, right?
Yeah, they
distract
do.
us with all the-
Yeah, they do distract us. They distract us with everything. With everything. Elections, new movies coming out, TV, internet, work. Work is a big distraction. Because you work so much and then you get off of work and what do you do? Like I just want to chill, man. You know what I'm right? You feel me? Like, well, I don't want to do nothing. I'm tired. You feel me? And you got to make yourself get up and go do things. You dig what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Read that scripture again, verse 30.
You can go to verse 30. Oh, well, we're not done with this scripture.
Verse 29. And thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness.
Right, as the blind gropeth in darkness. Go ahead.
And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways.
Mm-hmm.
And thou shalt be only oppressed.
Right. You should be only oppressed. Because really, even if you're not feeling the oppression, you should be oppressed because your people are oppressed. You should see that. You understand? You don't be like the Christian pastor because he got money and he good. That don't mean his congregation is not struggling with everything, everyday situations. You know what I mean? But too often we looking for the bag and we get the bag and now we don't care about the people that's living in the ghettos. You know what I mean? Go ahead. Like, you know what? King Von is dead now, right? There's one. A lot of people don't like King Von. He was a horrible person. You know what I mean? Smoking on dead folks and all this, and then his ops, and you know what I mean. But his community that he lived in, you know what I mean. He went back and fed people there. Real talk. They're giving out stacks of money and you know what I mean, and food and things like that. You know what I mean? He got money and he went back to his block, his hood, and was putting stuff back into his community. He just couldn't stop smoking on dead folks, and couldn't stop the beef and holding grudges, gangbanging things. You know what I mean? When they smoking on their ops, it's like somebody's dead. They're enemies. You know what I mean? And they did some on the music. Talking about, I'm smoking on this person and smoking on that person. You know what I mean? Pull out a big bag of marijuana and be like, "Ooh, the such and such smell good." You know what I mean? Finna smoke and roll a big. You know what I mean? They're doing things like that now. It's I know it's horrible, right? To talk about dead people like that. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Caviar.
And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways.
Mm-hmm.
And thou shalt be only oppressed
Right.
and spoiled evermore.
Right.
And no man shall save thee.
And no man shall save you. Why should no man save us, Caviar?
Why should no man save thee?
Yeah, why ain't no man gonna save us? Come on. Don't let me down. Go ahead.
Because why should no man save? Because we're doing evil, wicked things.
You let me down. What's up, sis?
I was gonna say because we are a hard-headed people.
Nope. Why shout no man save? You know, Martin Luther King tried to save us. Did it work?
Oh,
Malcolm X tried to save us. Did it work?
no.
Farrakhan tried to save us. Did it work?
Oh, don't worry.
What's up, sis?
Ain't nobody but Christ save us.
There it is. That's the answer. That's the answer. Only Christ can save it. He's our savior. Why does Commanding General Yohana do an exceptional job getting brothers out of the ghettos and the hoods and raising them up to be priests, former killers, drug dealers, and gang members? Why?
Because he's doing what Christ said to do.
That's my boy. You know what I mean? That's my boy. He's doing what Christ said to do. He's working in the spirit of Christ. You know what I mean? So basically, Christ is saving you through Commanding General Yohana. It makes sense? All right, let's go. Keep going.
And thou shalt only be oppressed and spoiled evermore.
No, we're on verse 30.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Verse 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her.
Ooh wee. You know where that's at? You know where they do that at? Somebody blow my mind. Caviar.
Everywhere else but in the Isupk.
Yeah. So okay, well, never mind then. Don't blow my mind. I was gonna say the Christian church, but
Yeah.
okay, blow my mind. All right, he blew my mind. Keep going.
Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Oh,
Where is that at? Who does that?
actually, right across down the street, those Hispanic brothers building up those apartment houses and everything, and they don't even get to live in them. Everywhere else.
Not only there, you know what I mean? They build a majority of houses, and they don't get to live in them. They built a majority of houses, and they don't get to live in them. Now, as black people, right? Let's leave Hispanic and Native Americans out. As black people, do we build houses?
Black people?
Yes,
We do.
we have.
Yeah, we have. But do we build houses nowadays?
Some. Very few.
I don't see no niggas working. I mean, I don't see no black people working on these crews. I don't see them.
It's a few.
I see one. I know of one. You know what I mean? But I don't see many
It
working.
ain't a whole lot.
Right. It's not. Now, so is it safe to say that right there is for our Hispanic brothers? A curse to our Hispanic brothers?
Yeah.
They say it. They say, oh man, how can you see Hispanics as Israelites? They're not Israelites, they're Europeans and this, that, and third. All right, I just read it. You dig what I'm saying? Keep going, Caviar.
Thou shalt plant a vineyard and shall not gather the grapes thereof.
Right. You should have a garden, and you ain't gonna be able to gather the grapes of your garden. Yeah.
That's an Isupk one.
You said what?
That's an Isupk one because they're the ones that are working on the farms.
No. Black people work on farms too. Black people, we have gardens. We have gardens out. Sharecroppers. You too young to know about that, man. Right. Give me verse 31. Now, this right here is a Northern Kingdom. I don't want to say Northern Kingdom. It's a Northern Kingdom curse right here. Go ahead.
Verse 31. Thine ox shall be slain before thine eyes.
Right, your ox should be slain before your eyes. There's accounts of the. You remember what was that movie watching? Prey with about the predators over here, right? The predators. There's a new movie called Prey. It came out like last year. But and remember when they was running from the what's the name from the predator, and she fell into that graveyard of the dead ox. You know what I mean? But they wasn't killed by predator. They was killed by the oppressors that was there. Read that one more time.
Verse 31. Thine ox shall be slain before thine eyes. And thou shalt not eat thereof.
Right, and they're not going to eat thereof. They're just going to kill the ox. They're just going to kill the animals just because that's the way that we survive off the food of the land. You know what I mean? Off the land. You know what I mean? Because for the Native Americans and the so-called Hispanics, right? The ox and the buffalo were like, they were food, they were shelter, and they were clothing. You know what I mean? But there's pictures that you can find that where they just killed a whole bunch of buffalo and oxen and stacked them on top of each other for no reason, just because that's a way to stop the Native Americans from surviving. That's a Northern Kingdom curse right there. Go ahead.
Thine ass shall be violently taken away from before thy face.
Right, there's a what's the name with the Hispanic tribes. You know what I mean? When they came over here, they took all of their resources away. You know what I mean? They took all their resources away. You ever heard of the Battle at Wounded Knee? Never heard of Battle at Wounded Knee? I know we talked about Battle at Wounded Knee with Black Coyote. They came on, they put them on the reservations, right? And then after they put them on the reservations, they came and tried to take their weapons away from them. And Black Coyote said, "This is my weapon. I bought my weapon, and you cannot take it from me." And they shot him dead, and then they also shot 400 men, women, and children. They said Battle at Wounded Knee, but it's really a massacre at Wounded Knee. Y'all should really read about that. A man named Black Coyote. You know what I mean? But his weapon was how he ate, how he fed his children and wife, and how he defended himself. But they wanted their weapons because they was on the reservation. They wanted them weapons, so he wouldn't give it up, so they killed him. All right, go ahead.
That shall not be restored to thee.
Right, shall not be restored to thee. Go ahead.
Thy sheep shall be given unto thine enemies, and thou shalt have none to rescue them.
Like what it says, none to rescue them. What does that mean?
None to rescue them?
Mm-hmm.
Who's the them?
The sheeps.
Oh, none to rescue the sheeps?
Yeah. What does it mean by that saying have none to rescue the sheeps?
You ain't gonna have no sheep to look over.
No, you ain't gonna have no power to rescue your own sheep.
Oh,
They're gonna come take your sheep away from you, and you ain't gonna have no power to be able to go get your sheep back. So you just gotta basically, I don't want to say it like that, but you gotta basically take it. Pause. But you just gotta basically take it. Real talk. And you don't have no choice because you don't have no power in thine hand and to get it. Like, read verse 32.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Right? Your sons and your daughters shall be given unto another people. How did that happen? Give me some examples of how it happened.
Shall be given unto another people?
And
It was sold on block.
on auction blocks. You know what I'm talking about? He got good teeth. He's big, strong ox. Nice little buck. Nice big buck. He's going to be good for breeding. Let's start it out at $35, $40, 50, do I hear 50, $50, oh, $55, do I hear 60, 60 days. Sold to Mr. Candy. I said Mr. Candy because Django, yeah, no. Yes?
So they was able to do whatever they wanted with the children, like throw them to the island.
That's what they did. When they got over here on these shores, they separated the mother from the father and from the kids from their mother and father. let's bring it to today's time. Yes.
The Hispanic brothers and sisters over
Yeah.
in Mexico or at the border.
Yep. At the border, they separated
kids.
them. They're from their mother and their father, and they separated the kids. A lot of kids sleeping in foil blankets, and they're missing 2,500 kids. Yes.
Native American Indians like that too.
They did.
Yeah,
Hmm.
they separated them from their kids. And they had
Oh yeah. They did separate them from their parents, and they put them in boarding schools
Yeah.
and changed their names. You know what I mean? And made them cut their hair because our hair is what? Our hair is our what? Our glory. Yeah, that's why you wear your hair. Have glory.
Oh.
I don't have no hair on my head, but I got plenty of it on my beard, on my face. You know what I mean?
So it's for men too. It's not just for
Yeah, for men too. That's why we wear our hair. You feel me?
women.
So we could put our braids on. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, braid my hair. You know what I'm talking about? Real talk. I don't know about all these dreads. I don't know about that and all these fades nowadays. I wish I could grow some hair on my head, boy. I'd be braided up, twisted up. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, braid my shit. You know what I'm talking about? Make it long. I want 2 braids going down like this. Yeah, so I would be cold, out there cold. I would be like, smack. Shut up. You know what I'm talking about? Keep going, all right.
And thine eyes shall look and fell with longing for them all the day long.
Right. Mom, you got kids, huh? You got kids, huh? If your kids was taken away from you, wouldn't you be looking for them all the day long? You'd be looking for them. You probably wouldn't even go to work because you'd be like, where the hell is my kids? Right?
They look at me.
When you ask that question, and that has happened to you. It was taken from you.
That's what I'm saying. You can't rest, can't sleep because it's like, the hell is my kids? Like, it does something to you as a parent. You understand? Keep going.
And there shall be no might in thine hand.
Right, and there was no might in their hand to get it back. And brothers and sisters in slavery, when they were sold at the auction block, they had no power in their hand to get their kids back. Just like the brothers and sisters at the border, they had no power in their hand to get their kids back. They still haven't got their kids back. What's up, sis?
It breaks you as a parent.
It breaks you.
It breaks you. It literally breaks you.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I've been there, so I know what it feels like to be broken when it comes to get kids taken away.
It breaks you. It makes me furious. So I want to lash out. You know what I mean? It makes you want to lash out. Mr. Candy, you need to back away from me right now. You know what I'm talking about? Miss Polly. You know what I'm talking about? Real talk. It makes you want to lash out at him. I can understand why what's his name? Why Nat Turner had the rebellion like that. I can understand why Harriet Tubman was ready to unalive the oppressor. I can understand. What I don't understand is how nowadays these brothers and sisters be around here hugging on. Oh, come on, man! I don't believe that, man. You telling me I'm gonna have oppressors in captivity? I can't do that, man. Like, what the hell? What kind of weak man are you?
These days, it's not it is the oppressor oppressing us and taking our kids away from us, but it's the other parent that is helping them to be able to do it these days.
Why?
Because of hurtful or hateful emotions that they might have for that person, or that parent, the families are being broken up and they can't come together.
I couldn't do it. Me being a man, I couldn't take my kids away from their mother and no, you can't see your kids and know this and know that. You're on child support. I couldn't do it. I just can't do it. the real NIGGA in me would not let me do that. It won't let me be that way towards a woman. You know what I mean? And towards my sisters, like it won't let me do that. I just couldn't do it. You know what I mean? Brothers that do that, that's a shame. Sisters that do that, it's a shame also. It's a shame also, because I'm pretty sure if you just ask that brother for what you need, I'm pretty sure the brother be like, shit, I ain't got it like that, but let me see what I can do. Call me back tomorrow. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? I get paid at the end of the week. I got you know what I'm talking about? We can't afford no Jordans for school. We can go get some Nikes. You know what I'm talking about? We can't afford the Jordans. We can go get you two Nikes for $100. Two pair of Nikes for $120 or something. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, believe it or not, Finish Line has deals like that. Foot Locker used to have deals like that. 2 pairs of shoes for $80. I remember places like Just for Feet. Mama, you remember Just for Feet?
Just for feet.
You remember Just for Feet saying? I remember Just for Feet. Just for Feet used to have the deals. And everybody be in there shopping with their kids to get 2 pairs for like $60, 2 pairs of shoes for like $60.
I mean,
You wasn't gonna get no Air Force Ones, but you get some Nike. You know what I'm you get some Nikes. Some, you know what I mean? But you won't get no Air Force Ones. The combat zone, boy. Clearance shoes.
Nah, the most expensive shoe that I got was Feelers.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? They have feelers there just for feet.
That's the place I would shop, was the clearance section.
Yeah.
That'd be it right there.
Yeah, nowadays these kids are too spoiled. Nowadays these kids are too spoiled. You know what I mean? But I understand why they're like that. Because I seen the video where the kid was at school and he was like, somebody walked up to him with a video camera. What are those? You know what I'm talking about? Whoa, you know what I'm talking about? Couldn't it be me though? You know what I'm talking about? Couldn't it be me though? Because I got a mean left and a mean right. You know what I'm talking about? I would have knocked your phone out your hand and boop boop, and they would have seen you on the ground right next to your phone. Talking about, they were like, oh, hey, leave his shoes alone, bro. You know what I'm talking about? My mama tried the best she could. You know what I mean? Nowadays, kids are just weak.
Kids like to bully each other a lot in school.
Look. That's them kids over there. I want to say them oppressor kids. That's them, push guys down on the ground because they're bigger than him. You did that to one of them little guys that I went to school with. They're gonna get up and they're gonna sock you dead in your mouth. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Like, oh, hey, you see little Tyrone beat up you feel me? Hey, he thought he had him until hey, you see that, boy? Hey, Tyrone got them, boy. He looked like he had glasses on. He looked like a nerd just because he got all A's and B's in school. He turned around and socked on boy. You know what I'm talking about? Right. You feel me? Hey, I better leave Tyrone alone, bro. You know what I mean? Nowadays, kids are just they're effeminate, and it's because they're raised. It's because these kids are majority raised by women. You know what I mean? I had to stop my sister a lot of times with my nephew. I quit babying him. You know what I'm talking about? Let him stand on his own too. You feel me? I'm not gonna stand for nobody bullying him. He's gonna get tired of it. He's going to sock somebody, and they need to. You know what I mean? A fight is part of growing up. You thought you was hard, you thought you was bad until you got into a fight with such and such, and you figured out that you was good at math. You found out, you know what? I'm better at this and that. You know what I'm talking about? I shouldn't be big and bad. And you start showing more respect towards people. I'm just saying. That's a part of growing up, and a part of is a fight every now and again. You know what I mean? You realize fighting ain't for me. What's up, Kevin?
I was gonna say, so that's why people are like that. Like why kids are like that, because like the mamas are like that. They be like, "Oh, now you ain't got money. Yeah, I can't be with you." So then the kids are out of school be like, "Oh, you ain't got Jordan. Yeah, you can't hang out with me.
What are those?
But yeah, what is them?
Oh, you gonna know in a minute after I step on your face. Yeah. You gonna be able to look in the mirror and be like, "Oh, those was shacks." Yeah, yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. But those are all curses that we talking about. That's a curse. You know what I mean? That's a curse. You said what?
Keep on going to 33 or
Go to 37.
37. Verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment.
Right? An astonishment. There we go. Astonishment again. Right? Go ahead.
A proverb.
Right. What is a? Okay, Google. What is a proverb?
Proverb is used as a noun to mean a short, pithy saying in general use, stating a general truth or piece of advice, similarly to adage and saw. Do you want to hear how proverb is spelled?
No. Generally speaking. What is a proverb? It's something generally speaking. We're talking about black Hispanic, Native American people. It's just something that they say in general about all of us. Yeah.
I see
what you mean. What is a proverb? Like, give me a proverb.
Yeah, you were in IGGA.
Yeah. Okay. No.
Or like,
no.
What's like this one? Black people can't swim.
There you go. All black people are like watermelon.
Actually,
I didn't like watermelon until we started getting it for camp, and I was there at camp eating the watermelon. And I was like, "Yeah, this is pretty good." I don't know what watermelon the sisters be getting, but they be juicy and everything like that.
It might be good for that, you know.
I never liked watermelon before I started getting it at camp. And now I get watermelon all the time when we go to. I need some watermelon, bro. With a little tahini on it. I swear I'm Isupk. I gotta be Isupk, man. I like too much, man. I like too much. Huh? Isupk? No, Mexican. I gotta be Isupk. You know what I mean? Give me some more proverbs. There's more proverbs. If you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in the. Because we don't read.
We read now.
You don't read.
Not all.
What you read?
Articles.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let's wait.
Instagram post. Now.
All right. Keep going. Oh, what's up?
Oh yeah. All black people got it. Like, people were saying that all black people. I remember this in school. They would say like black people got an extra muscle or something like that. And white people, I was like, yeah.
I ain't never heard that.
They would say because black people can run fast. They would say like black people got extra muscle.
Man, we was practicing our whole life running from the police. Just like our grandparents and granddaddies and great granddaddies were practicing running from the slave master. Of course, we could run fast. It's in our DNA. Get out of
I
there.
had to run from the police once. Yeah. And I wasn't even doing anything. I was just walking home from over my friend's house.
Yeah.
And they, whoop, whoop, and I was like, whoa. And I ran. And literally hid and got away, thank goodness. But I hadn't done anything.
Real talk. That's like who was it? Oh, Cat, when he was talking to the Mormons the other day. He was like, "Has the police ever got behind you and you were nervous?" He said, "Nah." He said, "We know." You know what I'm talking about? He asked? He said, "Have any of y'all ever got pulled up by the police?" It was, yeah, you feel me? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Felt like it was the last traffic stop. Like, oh, you know what I mean? I'm going to jail for sure. You know what I'm talking about? I don't have insurance. My sticker out. You know what I'm talking about?
I got a ticket.
Like, you feel me? I got warrants. I know I got warrant. I ain't paid them last 2 tickets. You just be nervous, like, about every little thing. Then you ain't even got to have nothing wrong with your background, nothing wrong with your car. You can just be like, they be like, let me see your ID. And you be like, bah, 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 like they did with Philando Castillo. You know what I'm talking about? That's why the men above us teach us that before they even get there, you should have your ID out and your insurance ready. You know what I mean? That way you don't have to reach for anything. You don't have to reach for anything.
Right, because it's already there.
Yeah, you don't have to reach for anything. Keep going.
And a byword.
Okay, Google. What is a byword?
Byword is used as a noun to mean a person or thing cited as a notorious and outstanding example or embodiment of something, similarly to perfect example of and classic case of. Do you want to hear byword used in an example?
Yeah.
Here's an example of how to use byword. His name became a byword for luxury. Do you want to hear how byword is spelled?
No. Give me a byword, Capiar.
Like you're saying, like we became like
A byword.
Here is some information for
Stop.
how to train full body.
Okay, Google, stop. I'm gonna tell you, shut up in a minute.
so like how I said, like the NIGGA.
Yep. That's a byword. Nigga, spick, savage, African American, black, brown, Mexican, Native American. Anything outside of your God-given name. That makes sense? Ooh, we. Keep going, Caviar.
Among all the nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee.
Right, because the Lord, the Lord put us here amongst the nations, right? And the nations gave us bywords. What do they call us in Africa? Akata. Akata. Yo, you too young for that too?
Kata?
We ain't never watched Sugar Hill. We ain't never watched Sugar Hill. No. Look, he just seen more movies than you seen. He didn't see more black movies than you seen. I don't doubt it. Caviar been living with me for I don't know how long. It was a mission for me to show him blackness. I know, but Caviar up there. He up there now. So you seen Sugar Hill?
I believe I've seen Sugar
Romello, Wesley Snipes,
Hill. Yes.
and Eddie Kane Jr.
Yes. I've seen Sugar Hill.
I don't know if his name's not Eddie Kane Jr., but he played Eddie Kane Jr.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, they tried to do some business with some Africans, and they was like, we can't do business. We can't do business with Akata. We just can't do it. He's like, what is this Akata you keep talking about? An American black, a cotton picker.
It's like we didn't watch this together.
No, did you watch it?
I
don't think we watched that because I think we were trying to find it, but we didn't watch it. But you should watch it. You got it on. It's a great watch. It's a great watch. You know what I mean? You want to stay out the streets? It'll get you out the streets.
Sugar Hill.
Sugar Hill is a neighborhood in Harlem. I don't think Sugar Hill is dangerous no more. I think Sugar Hill is all nice, gentrified apartments and all that now. Keep going.
Keep going. Verse 30.
Verse 41.
Verse 41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters,
Right.
but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity.
There it is. There it is. For they should go. You're gonna have sons and daughters, and they're going to go into captivity. It says you want to enjoy them. I don't think anybody enjoys their kids. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm playing. We enjoy it. We love our kids.
Nah.
No, we love our kids. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean they still won't get to. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Caviar.
It's talking about like when it's talking about like when they go into school and they go back and they go into slavery.
That could be that's excellent right there. That's excellent. Because that is an excellent way to put it, because school is a captivity away from your kids, and you going to the job away from your kids because we work so much, we don't even get to see our kids, and they go to school and they come back home, and when they come back home, it's like they're disconnected from us because we don't get to teach them anymore. You know what I mean?
Actually, that is true, because so you go to school and then they give you homework so that you could just do your homework instead of paying attention to your parents. So like, if your parents even want to hang out, you can't. You got to do your homework. So they're like, all right, homework.
They get summer break, weekends, but
Still have to work.
You still got to do homework. They give you a lot more homework nowadays.
yeah.
Maybe you work packages to sit home for your summer vacation.
What? You give me work package to send home for your. Look, bro. 2 + 2 is 4. 4 + 4 is 8. 8 + 8 is 16. 2 × 2 is 4. 2 × 4 is 8. You know what I'm talking about? 2 × 8 is 16. Like, what are y'all talking about? You have 8 hours a day with them 5 days a week. You can't teach them in that amount of time. That, you know what I mean? You know what I think? You know what I think? I think they have too much time at recess.
Recess?
Yeah. Too much time at recess and physical education. Too much time doing not schoolwork.
I didn't feel like when I was in school, we had enough of that. But
Yeah, because you were in school at the time.
Yeah.
You were in school at the time.
Recess was short.
yeah, it was. I felt like it was.
It was like
It
recess was our lunch.
It was just
Pretty
15
much.
minutes.
It was like your lunch.
Maybe even 10 if you could.
Yeah, but you're at school. What's your school? You're at school to play on a playground?
No, but I think, like, you eat lunch and then they you go outside to get some sun for a little while. It's nice outside.
No, they don't. Not in middle school and high school.
No, that's just all like elementary.
No, that's what the majority of learning is. Because in elementary school, you're at home learning that 1 + 1 is 2, 2 + 2 is 3, 3 + 3 is 1 + 1 is 2, 2 + 2 is 4, 3 + 3 is 6. You learn that like most kids go, like nowadays. I heard they'll send your kid home if they know too much. Like when they get to like preschool or stuff like that, if they know too much, they'll send them home because they're advanced than all the other kids. Well, it ain't my fault these kids ain't getting taught what they need to be taught at home. You understand that? It ain't our fault. Well, these parents need to do more ABCs and D's and ABCDs and need to teach them more at home. But I understand it because their parents are slaving away 2-3 jobs. You know what I mean? That's why the COVID was such a blessing for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Is it the COVID one?
The COVID.
Oh, the COVID.
Oof, man. The COVID finally gave us a chance to be at home with our kids. And then we started realizing how bad little Tyrone is. You know what I'm talking about? Like, boy, you are horrible. What the hell is wrong with you? You know what I'm talking about? Like, we started realizing maybe your teacher wasn't tripping when she was saying that she was out and disrupting the class. You know what I'm talking about? What the hell is wrong with you? You know what I mean? Get with my belt at. What's that? You know what I mean? Hey, I know some parents that's amazing with that belt. I know some parents that's amazing with that belt. Yeah, so I know a mama that'll take off her house shoe and be in the middle of a conversation talking to you. What did they do? Doom, hit them all up. You know, oh snap! He be finished having the conversation with you, like, up top. Like, you know what I mean? Like, dang, you see, you know what I'm talking about? You feel me? You see Miss Shirley with that shoe, boy. Dude, you know, it's about real talk. Real talk. I'm not gonna say it's a beautiful thing. I just like when kids get in trouble. I love a parent that discipline their kids. Ooh, I'm like, yeah. I right behind the parent. I'm in trouble now. I told you. I love that. I love that. I love that. I told you. I told you. I love that. I remember the time, man, where you walking down the street and Miss Johnson come out her house and you be just as nervous as like it's your mama, huh? Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Yeah.
Kids don't say yes, ma'am, no more. Yes, sir. No, sir. Nudge.
Cool. See, if there's like Miss Johnson walking down the street nowadays, they'd be like, oh, well, actually, Sure, actually, most kids don't even be really walking around nowadays. Going outside and enjoying the fresh air.
Uh-huh.
We don't even do that no more. Because they'd be inside playing on their phone or something.
Well, we used to have whole missions to go to Panda Express.
Skip school.
A whole mission. It'd be me and about 4 partners. We go to Panda Express, go to HEB as a group. You know, so walking to HEB as a group. Come on, man, let's go to HEB. What we gonna get from HEB? A juice? Yes.
Let's go.
You know what I mean? We just be, I don't know, bro. They kids ain't really,
Tired of sitting around. Let's go do something.
yeah, kids ain't really sociable no more. Is that a word? I've been making up words lately. Yeah, kids aren't sociable anymore. They don't. You can put 2 teenagers in a room, and they just gonna be on their phone, headphones in. You know what I mean? I couldn't be in the room with a teenager and not be like, "Hey, bro, what's good?
Right.
Play some dominoes or something." You know, I'm talking about spades.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, I'm talking about like,
Facts.
I
They don't do that now.
yeah. Nowadays they just be on their phone. They're just antisocial until it's a boy that wants a,
A female.
huh?
A female.
Thank you, because I was
You say female.
yeah, because I was gonna unless it's a boy that wants a female
Right.
or a female that wants a boy, then she all in his face and then she get to twerking. Like, well, what the hell does that have to do with anything? Where did we start this at?
Right. We didn't have a conversation. We can intellect.
She's out. They didn't even talk. They just over here. Yo, now it's
Yeah. Now she just twerking like what? Like that's what the little boy want. So I didn't want that. Like, you feel me?
I'm play video games.
You do what I'm saying? You better get on this Mortal Kombat. Haha, Caviar. Yeah, we had a good time yesterday. Caviar came through the house and I made fish tacos.
I still want them. No.
yeah. Put the smack down on him.
We got one of those kickers. That's all.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Is that 41?
40? Awesome. We're up 42 now.
Give him 43.
Oh, 43 comes. Verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
Right, the stranger that is within you, she should get up above thee very high. Come on, Caviar, give it to me. I know you know it.
Like our oppressors are the ones ruling over us.
Yep.
They're the ones controlling over all the businesses, and they're successful in everything that they do.
Right, and remember, these are prophecies that Moses are telling them that the curses are going to come upon them if they don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
So all these are prophecies. So when this is happening, when Moses is telling them this, it hasn't happened yet. Who's the stranger above thee right now? Keep reading.
And thou shalt come down very low.
And thou shalt come down very low. Aren't we at a very low state right now?
I bet you we was probably in the past, like whenever Moses was telling us this, was like,
Oh, we didn't believe it.
yeah, we was like, nah, this ain't gonna happen, guys.
We didn't
It's
believe
like,
it.
don't believe it, man. Look at us right now. We have.
We didn't believe it. We didn't believe it 50 years ago.
That's crazy. Now,
We didn't believe it 50 years ago.
50 years ago.
Yeah, 50 years ago we didn't believe this. It's like, man, we ain't at the bottom. Meanwhile, they sicking dogs on us and spraying us with water hoses. Martin Luther King is a non-violent man and died violently.
Right.
I mean, no, man, ain't no way, bro. We ain't. What's up?
I'm gonna say we still don't believe it today.
I know we don't, because we be at camp breaking it down, bringing it out heavy, and the first thing they said, "Oh man, you need to forgive." You know what I mean? And it don't even be, you know, white people walk by and they go, "Oh, we respect that." Yeah, I dig it. I dig what y'all doing. But our people be like, "Oh no, man, Jesus said love everybody." Am I wrong? That's what they say. Jesus said love everybody, man. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about, man. Y'all God is limited. That's what they say. They say our God is limited.
Or you teach hate. So y'all teach hate. I hear that all the time.
They do say that.
They do say that actually when they say our God is limited, but then they God is limited to only love.
Hey man, my God do whatever he wants.
Yeah, it was like,
Yeah, your God can only love. That's weird.
Right.
That's weird. That's half an alternative lifestyle. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? Real talk. You see, I had to think about it. That's half an alternative lifestyle. That's Pride Month. That's Pride Month. Give me 45.
Okay.
Give me 45.
Verse 45. Moreover, all these curses.
All these what?
All these curses.
The curse is a good thing or a bad thing?
A bad thing.
It's a bad thing. Go ahead.
Shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed.
Right. All these curses are going to come upon thee and overtake thee and pursue thee until we be destroyed. Keep going. Why?
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
That's the reason right there. It's telling you the reason. You know what? People say they read the Bible. They just don't read the Bible. They be like, I read my Bible. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't even know why you go through what you go through. And the Lord telling you, he tells you over and over and over again. This is Deuteronomy 28:15 all over again. This is Hosea 4 and 6.
They don't even get to Deuteronomy. That's crazy.
You know what I mean? They skip right. That's why they skip right over the Old Testament. They skip over the first half of the book and go straight into Matthew. Bruh, you don't even know who the fucking son of David is. You don't even know who David is. How in the hell you gonna do? When the last time? Raise your hand if you ever start reading a book from the middle. It's my point. How do you don't even know who the characters are? And then you skip over Genesis. I don't know them names, and you don't even know who the characters are. So when we say Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, you don't know what we're talking about. You don't know what we're talking about, Caviar. They don't know what we're talking about. So we're basically talking to them about nothing because they don't know nothing. We have to teach them all over again. You know what I mean? The correct way for them to go right back into church and be lullabied to sleep again. Because the love, brother, you don't have love.
But then they like bring up one scripture and then they be like, you're taking it out of context. Do that. Be like,
What context? What context is your? Yeah, what's the scripture they always bring up?
John 3:16.
And that's why we have to give them the context. You ask them, who was John talking to, brother?
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody. Who was John talking to, brother? Everybody.
Well, let's read that.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, no, John was talking to one man. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, John. Who was Christ talking to, brother? And Christ was talking to one man. You know what I'm talking about? Nicodemus. Now, what is, you know what John 3:16 says, right? What does John 3:14 say?
They don't know.
I know they don't. I know they don't. Like, so we got two Israelites talking about Israelite history, and now they're talking about, but all of a sudden in the next verse, it means it's for everybody.
Right.
Me and Kepi we talking about Israelite history, but we talk about for everybody. It's very crazy that they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. They're slaves, homegrown slaves.
Could it be like, so, because like, you know how Cap brings it out and he goes through like a bunch of scriptures on how Israelites how it's only come by Israelites,
Yeah.
and they still don't understand this because of like blocking it out. They're like trying to believe so hard that it's for everybody. They like everybody in their mind. Like,
see, but whosoever, see that whosoever is for everybody. The world, see that world that's why they always put extensions on it. To all men. That's why they always do shit like that. It kills me, bro. I like look, bro. Yeah, so okay, I understand. Bless your Christian heart. You know, so bless your Christian heart. You're gonna let Dylan Ruth Thorne into your church, and he's gonna kill everybody. You know, so it happens already. Before you come in here, you get searched. You feel me? Like, yeah, so we're not having no Dylan Ruth Thorne in this place. You understand? That's the crazy part. Go ahead.
to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee.
Right?
Verse 46.
Yep.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
Stop. What are the day?
The curses.
The curses should be upon us for a sign. So I remember we was talking earlier about how we're going to prove who the Israelites are. Read that part right there again.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
Right? A sign, right? Go ahead.
And for a wonder.
And for a wonder. Right? So how do we know where we have camp at?
How do we know where we have camp at?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do we know where we have camp at?
Yeah, how does everybody, what do we tell people where we have camp at?
At the Alamo? Downtown? We tell them the sign of where it is. Like,
exactly. It's just like we're going to camp. How do we know that when we go to camp, how do everybody know that we represent the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge?
We have a sign that says it.
We have a banner, a sign that says it. Right? So how do we know that we're Israelites?
We have a sign on us. The curses.
I'm sorry. How do we know that we're the Hebrew Israelites?
Mm-hmm.
Because we are, those curses are on us for a sign.
Yeah, you should have said it like that. You need to talk simple and plain. Don't try to double talk people. Don't try to make it too fancy. Simple and plain. You feel me? So where people can understand it. You dig what I'm saying? But they're upon us for a sign. We're gonna and it says for a wonder, right? Because people are gonna wonder why in the hell do Black people and Hispanic people and Native American people go through so much? Why do they stop the Haitians at the border and Mexicans at the border, but then they let the Saudi Arabians, Afghanistanians, they let them right in the country on private jets, and they give them Airbnbs and food stamps to live in. But then they stop our people at the same time. They're stopping our people at the border, telling them they can't come in when this is their country. That's crazy.
Oh, you know what?
Why do they?
So you know my brother that was he's in like the NBA. He was like flashing the gun.
With John Morant.
Okay, I saw like some posts on there, or like it was like
He's a hoop.
comments And they were saying like, yeah, he was a thug and all that. Yeah, just another thug. And I was like, oh wow. And it was like Chinese people saying this stuff. I was like, wow.
Well, this nigga,
It was called him a thug and get that thug out of here. You should be punished.
I don't want to say anything. I don't know about punished, but I don't want to say anything about it. I'll just let General Muhammad break it down, like, you know what I mean. But he's portraying something that he's not, which is a tough guy. He wants to be a tough guy. I don't know. I listen to NBA YoungBoy all the time. I like NBA YoungBoy because that's what he was listening to. But NBA YoungBoy has never possessed me to be like, pull out the gun and put it all in his face. You know what I mean? He's portraying something that he's not.
That's true.
You know what I mean? He grew up in private schools and playing basketball, and you know what I mean? Yeah.
Damn.
Wasn't that Tupac though?
Yeah. Basically, that was Tupac too. That's LeBron. Most of these NBA players, they grow up in the hood, but then they get transferred to like private schools and stuff in high school. You know what I mean? And so they could play ball and get a better look at for scholarships. Or they get a scholarship to that high school to where they live on campus and all that, and it's like a private I don't know what it's called, charter school.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? You remember that movie we watched?
Oh,
With Mekhi Phifer, and he was the only black basketball player at the white school, and then his girlfriend was Kirsten Dunst. And then his best friend liked Kirsten Dunst, so then he made up a big lie about this dude was sleeping with her and this, that, and you don't remember that movie? Did we watch that movie? Yeah, it's a remake of Othello. It's called O.
like kind of like the movie
Othello.
What is
That was
Othello?
terrible.
Othello is like the same thing as it's a Moor, you know what I mean? But he's a black man in like medieval Europe.
All these white schools, like prep
Yeah.
prep school,
Othello has Lawrence Fishburne in it.
fell for a white girl, of course.
And when he get on, he leave your ass for a white girl.
What was the movie called?
Oh,
That's an old school movie.
Like O?
yeah, oh,
Zero?
yeah, oh. He looking it up.
Oh, you talking about?
I was gonna say,
I know the movie.
that was pink.
Yeah, you talking about like that black dude who was with the white girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He should have been with that white girl.
And the old boy made him. He was a snake.
Yeah.
And
Josh Hartnett.
whisper in the ear. Yeah.
Josh Hartnett. He's a good actor though. Josh Hartnett's a good actor.
He was the devil.
Yeah, he played the devil excellent.
Yes,
He
he did.
played the devil excellent.
Yeah, he did.
All right, go ahead.
Years since I've seen that movie, but I remember it.
Go ahead. And for I wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
Now, what is a seed?
The child.
Uh-huh.
The seed that goes into the woman.
Yeah.
I don't want to call it nothing else but seed.
Yeah, but go ahead.
The lineage.
There it is.
Lineage, okay.
There it is. That's a great way to put it.
Word.
That's what I was waiting on. I was waiting on that. I was waiting on lineage and
Right.
you know what I mean? So it says upon thy seed forever, your lineage forever.
Right.
Right? Those curses are going to be upon your seed, your lineage forever. You ever heard of a generational curse? That black people have a generational curse?
Yes.
That's what that read 46 again.
Verse 46.
The Lord is telling you that you have a generational curse. Go ahead.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
Right. The Lord is telling you that that you're going to have a generational curse. Because you didn't want to do what the Lord said do, you're going to have a generational curse. And we're just now breaking this generational curse. You broke the generational curse for your family. I broke the generational curse for my family. You do what I'm saying? I was like, you know what I'm saying? You did a great job, sis. Did a great job, sis. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all are crazy. Verse 47, and then he's gonna tell them again why are we going through these curses? Go ahead.
Verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things.
Like it keeps telling them. It keeps saying it. The Bible's so repetitive, it's crazy. I don't see how they get one scripture and omit everything else.
Right.
I don't see where they just get the laws are done away with.
Right.
When Christ said, "Be ye perfect as my Father in heaven is perfect." Look, and then in Romans it says that how the law is perfect and just and good. So if the Christ is telling you to be perfect, and then he tells you that the laws are perfect, how do you become perfect? By keeping those laws. It's nonsense. So like it's malarkey. I like that word. Give me verse 48.
Oh, slavery, too?
Yes.
So that's why Cap asked him, who taught you that you can't be perfect?
Yeah.
Talking to those white boys, he's like, who taught you that?
Yeah.
And they said their mama or the parents.
Yeah, because Christ taught you to be perfect. Christ didn't tell you, hey, brother, I know you ain't gonna get it.
Right.
He didn't say that. Christ said, hey, nigga, be perfect. He didn't tell you, oh no, don't try to be me, Ock. You can't be me, Ock. Christ didn't say that. Christ didn't say that. Christ said, be perfect.
Right.
Be me.
Right.
You know what I'm talking? You want an example, nigga? I'm the perfect example right here. You know what I'm talking? And then I died. I'm the first unarmed black man. I can't wait to hear Christ talk. You know, I know he gonna say something. I know you think Commander Jerry Yohana bad. You think Jerome Muhammad bad. Wait till you hear Christ. Wait till you hear Christ talk, speak some shit. You know what I'm talking? Woo, 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 woo. He probably talk like that too. He probably gonna say some shit like, you dig?
Like what?
I can dig it. you know what I mean? You feel me?
Right.
Christ probably got so much swag, it's crazy. You know what I mean? Like walk in the room and shut it down, like boop, 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 boop. Yeah, this is a nice school y'all got here. You know what I'm talking about? Like what?
I mean, he was talking a parable like crazy.
You feel me? That
He was.
that's how Israel talk. Whoop, 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 whoop. You know what I'm talking about? How you feeling? I'm all right. You know, I'm gonna keep pushing like a car in neutral. You dig? That was smooth. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I'm gonna keep pushing like a car in neutral. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? What's up? Oh, my spirit. You know what I'm saying? My zeal. You know what I mean? Like that. Like I can see it. I can damn near see it. You dig? Keep going. Verse 48.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
That serve thou who?
Serve thine enemies.
Now, who are our enemies?
We got quite a few.
Hmm?
Quite a few.
What? Yeah, we do.
Everybody else out of you?
No, we're not gonna call our brothers enemies.
Right.
Not here.
Right. I was just,
You know what I mean? I don't want to call my brothers enemies.
Oh, no.
Yes.
But Cap said they're not our brothers.
I understand that. I understand Cap says they're not our brothers, but I don't want to call our brothers enemies. I don't want them to be my enemies. I want them to change their life. You know what I mean? I want them to change their life. You feel me? They enemies of Christ, though. They are enemies of Christ. You know what I'm talking about? until Christ give me that order, like, hey, slay them. Okay, come, sir.
Right.
But you know what I'm talking about? You dig what I'm saying? Because Christ might give the order to be like, hey, let them boys be, man. You know what I mean? Because we don't pray like it's like that two-thirds doctrine. How 2/3 should be cut off. We don't do that doctrine. We pray that all of our people repent.
Like how Lot was when the Sodom and Gomorrah, he was one there, he trying to police the Most High. He was like, man, if there's like 50, who you say?
That wasn't Lot.
It wasn't Lot.
That was Abraham.
Oh, Abraham. Sorry, Abraham.
Yeah, because he wanted to save Lot, but it wasn't nobody to be saved. I would have been like, yeah.
Wait, but it was Lot who stepped out the door and was talking to the.
Hell yeah, he was talking to them like, bro, chill. No, we wanted to see if there's some men's in there. That's how they was.
Okay.
He was like, "What men's is? You want to talk to these angels, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? You want to talk to the angels?" I know Lot was like, "These, bro, these." You know what I mean? What's up?
I don't know what got me was when we were reading it. They said that he closed the door behind him. He's like,
"Bruh, you don't want to do this. You don't want to do this." He's trying to give him his daughters and everything. I got some daughters here. Take them, bro, but you do not want to do this. Move around, Lot. Where's the men's is at? I like, look, all right, look, okay. So like you, sir, they said where the men's is at. I tried to persuade him, but they want you to go outside. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? I'm finna see some gangsters. Like, you feel me? Yeah, y'all didn't fuck no now, bro. I tried to warn y'all, boy. Y'all finna see some gangster shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do not understand what y'all done did. Go ahead.
the Romans came from Esau,
Right?
who is Edom,
Right?
and Italy is the
Idumea.
Rome, the Bazoria of the Hebrew prophets.
Right? Good. Keep going.
The descendants of Esau, say the Jewish rabbins.
Uh-huh.
Oh, come on. The sworn enemies of the descendants of Jacob.
Now, Esau is who?
The sworn enemies of the descendants of Jacob.
Esau is the sworn enemies of the descendants of Jacob. Who are the descendants of Jacob?
Black, Spanish, Native American.
Now, who is Esau?
Our oppressors, the white man.
The who?
The white man.
All right. That's who Esau is. That's who our enemies are. We have enemies in other nations also, but like, have you ever heard us talk about not Samoans, the Hawaiians? Because the Hawaiians never did nothing to nobody. You know, have you ever heard of us talk about the Samoans? The Samoans, they never did nothing to nobody.
They built up an army to take down a nation for land.
You know what I mean? So when we get in the kingdom, they're going to serve, but we're not going to make them serve with rigor and beat them. You know what I mean? We're not going to, you know what I mean? We're going to treat them decent because we treat everybody decent.
Well, they're going to be pretty much how they're doing today, but we're going to treat them a lot better though.
Yeah, basically, we're not going to look. I watched a documentary a couple weeks ago about in the Hawaiian it's a set of islands in between Hawaii and Japan where they where the Americans were doing nuclear tests out there, and they were like bombing out there, and the radiation, you know, when you hit the what's the name out there in the water, the radiation carries out, and it messed up their kids, you know what I mean, their kids and their great grandkids and all that. Now there are people out there with like no hands and messed up nostrils, and it's all bad.
Why?
It's off it's in between.
Nuclear bombs in the water on the lands and stuff.
Yeah, it's in between Hawaii and Japan. It's like little islands, a little group of islands, and they're out there bombing.
Call it practice.
Yeah, and it's messing up them. It's messing up their land and their food, and it's messing up their reproductive systems. You ever seen that movie Hills Have Eyes? No, you haven't. Yeah. Never mind. Caviar got a horrible.
Explain it to me.
It's just people that they were testing nuclear radiation out there in the mountains or whatever in the canyons, and they mutated, and then some people came. They were eating the people that came through there, and their cars broke down or whatever. They were eating them.
Not just eating, they were taking the women and raping them too.
I don't even remember that part. That's a good part. I don't even remember that part.
That big dude, raped that woman.
It was a big dude that did that. It was look like the Goonies. You ever seen that movie, The Goonies? Look like that dude.
Yeah.
Hey,
like that dude.
busy. We're busy. Oh snap! Remember where we at? We have 48. All right.
Oh yeah.
And we're gonna finish busting it down next week. And with that, I pass the class over to Priest and Officer Caviar.
All right, this is the Isupk security announcements. Here are the Isupk started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, and B Convention. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are to shed themselves with the world. They need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Mashra means tenth in Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or a teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests. Not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Memorial of the blowing of trumpets. First day of the 7th month, starting Friday, 15th September 2023. And you can find this in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 24 to 25. And if anybody wants to be a trooper in the school to start wearing all black, boots, shirts, pants, hat, and scarf. This will conclude the Isupk security announcements. Okay, everybody, Amajum, which means to stand. Sar, upon Magwadam, you to turn to face the east. We're going to read the Lord's Prayer, the last one, Kodash.
Let's go far.
What's gonna fall?
It wasn't moving.
All right.
Scared.
Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim,
Shabbat Shemayim,
Kodash,
Kodash,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Shemka,
Shemka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Lafaka,
Malakutka,
Taba'ah,
Taba'ah,
Ratazayaka,
Ratazayaka,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Ma'arataza,
Ba'arataza,
Kawa,
Kawa,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Bashema,
Washimayim,
Ratanana,
Yatamanau,
Lakam,
Lakam,
Ka,
Ka,
Yawam,
Yawam,
Wasalakna,
Wasalaknau,
Kabuwatna,
Kabawatnau,
Kasalakna,
Kasalaknau,
Kabuwatina,
Kawatinau,
Walala,
Walala,
Kabiyaina,
Kabiyainau,
Wanasai 1,
Wanasaya 1,
Abba,
Abal,
Aishaina,
Hayashainau,
Ayan,
Ayan,
Ra,
Ra,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Laka,
Lakat,
Amalakwa,
Amalakwa,
Wa'ala,
Walala,
Wa'atapara,
Watapara,
La'lamim,
Wabalim,
Amen.
Aman. Now we're going to do the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy will be done
thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread,
and forgive us our
and
debts
forgive us our debts
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever
Right?
So be it.
So be it. I'm sorry to take the face point. Sisters, you can shop you, which means sit. Gonna give one courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak,
How about Shim Yahushua Barakatam?
Yajim Batah. We're gonna turn to face sisters. Sisters, you can stand. We're gonna give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak.
Yahweh Shema Alathah by Shim Yahushua. Try that one more time, sis.
Yahweh, Shema Al, Alta, Abahashim, Yahweh.
There you go.
Yajim Batah. Class dismissed. Good.